Another interesting and important linguistic observation, we already saw how kings and kingdoms can sometimes be interchangeable because kings represent their kingdoms, and we saw how kingdom and dominion are used interchangeably because they're synonymous. A kingdom is the dominion of a king, where his kingship is recognized, or the realm of a king. One more very interesting correlation that I never would have picked up on, so credit to Professor Greg Beale. I never saw this until I read it recently in his New Testament biblical theology. But he takes his students to Daniel 7 and has them do a observation. I'm going to do it a little bit differently, but let's start let's start with the interpretation section first. So this is Daniel explaining the vision that he saw earlier in chapter 7. As for me, Daniel, my spirit within me was anxious, and the visions in my head alarmed me. I approached one of those who stood there and asked him the truth concerning all of this. So he told me and made to me known the interpretation of things. These four great beasts are four kings who shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High, saints just means holy ones, the holy ones of the Most High, shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. Now, the way that apocalyptic literature works repeatedly, frequently, is the prophet or the visionary sees some mysterious, symbolic, mystical thing happening, or he hears some sounds and he can't understand it. And then someone comes and explains to him, this is what the pieces mean, and this is what the story that it's telling. That's what's happening here. Daniel sees a vision and he's perplexed and alarmed, and then he gets an explanation of it. Now, the fascinating thing that happens is then when we do a correlation between what the pieces that he saw and how they get interpreted. The first part is pretty straightforward. The four great beasts are four kings. Well, indeed, what Daniel saw was four great beasts, and all the interpreter is saying is that they are four kings. This whole paragraph is about four great beasts, and so the interpretation just says, well, you know what those four beasts were? Those four beasts were four kings. Relatively straightforward. But then we're talking about something about an eternal kingdom, right? An eternal kingdom that lasts forever and ever. Where does that show up in the original vision? Well, we have the four beasts, and we're going through up through the first paragraph. That's just the four beast part. We don't have the eternal kingdom yet. I looked, and thrones were placed. The Ancient of Thrones, that has kingdom connotations to it. So there's thrones. The Ancient of Days takes his seat. That seems to be some god or some divine figure. His clothing is white as wool. His throne, he takes his seat amongst one of the thrones, this Ancient of Days. Keep going. Still not quite our eternal kingdom yet. But then when we get to verse 13 through 14, we have the eternal kingdom showing up. I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven, there came one like a son of man, and he came to the Ancient of Days, who sat on that throne earlier on, and was presented before him. And to him, the Son of Man, who comes on the cloud of heaven, was given dominion and glory and the kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom is one that shall not be destroyed. Now, if we just take this in isolation, as Christians, we're comfortable with it. We know that Jesus is the Son of Man who comes on the clouds of heaven. That's classic New Testament stuff. And to him is given a kingdom and dominion. Sure, but here's the crazy part. Match the vision with the interpretation, and the interpretation of all of this is that after we've interpreted that the four great beasts are four kings, but the holy ones of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. Here it is the Son of Man receives a kingdom that lasts forever and ever. It's everlasting. It shall not be destroyed. Here, the holy ones of the Most High receive a kingdom that shall not pass away. For you would could be you could easily think that, wait a second, what's is the Son of Man who comes on the clouds of heaven the holy ones of the Most High? Well, again, remember how kings represent kingdoms. This king represents his people, and so the Son of Man is used interchangeably in these passages in Daniel with the holy ones, plural, the saints, the people of God, the holy ones of the Most High. So again, there's a representative unity between the leader of the people and his people. So now we actually have a chain of 3 layers that can be morphed into each other, where there's some fluidity. A king represents his kingdom, and a king represents his people, and that makes sense because what is the kingdom other than the realm that the king is ruling over? Where is the king's dominion recognized? The king's dominion is recognized amongst his people. If a king has no subjects, no citizens, he's not much of a king. And so we've got 3 interchangeable concepts: is the kingdom as a entity, the king as the leader, the one whose dominion, the realm of the king is the one who has dominion over a kingdom, and his people, the king represents the people of his realm, his domain.